What's up, internets? We need to have a talk. All this Cambridge Analytica, Facebook data breach, boycott Facebook, delete Facebook, all of these conversations have got me thinking, do you actually know what advertisers know about you? That's the question that millions of people are wondering with the latest crisis coming to the forefront, that Donald Trump's campaign may have leveraged user data from Facebook to influence the way that they think, to influence the way that they behave, all by sharing stories that were targeted to them based off of user data. This crisis is leaving people frantically thinking whether or not they should delete their Facebook account, whether they should remove themselves from Facebook, whether or not they should be on Facebook at all. While I'm not here to discuss politics, I am here to shed light and share the truth around what advertisers actually know about you, how they get that information, and how they can use it to run ads that are tailored to you based off of things that you might not even know that they know about you. To start off, I want to talk about one of the most popular things on social media, the quiz. You might see a friend, a family member, a peer, somebody in your network who has shared a quiz, or at least the results from a quiz that they have done online. It might have told them what type of parent they are. It might tell them who their real friends are. It might tell them who hates them. It might tell them any type of thing that a quiz could tell you. We've all seen them. Maybe you filled out a quiz to see how attractive you were, or what you would look like if you were the opposite sex. Or maybe you've done a quiz like, what are my core values? What is the most important things to me? At first, you might think that the quiz is a very harmless, fun, and easy to use, entertaining way to connect with your friends and learn a little bit about yourself. Even though you don't take it too seriously, it's just fun to do, right? Not necessarily. There's actually a lot of data that you're giving people by simply doing one of those quizzes. Over the years, I've seen tons of these different quizzes or viral apps being used to help people get a bit of entertainment and understand a little bit more about themselves, or at least that's what they think. But in reality, what's happening is oftentimes a little bit more different. You see, when you click these quizzes, you have to give permissions to your Facebook account. And when you give permission to your Facebook account, oftentimes you are giving permission to a variety of different things. Sometimes you're giving access to your email. Sometimes you're giving access to your photos. Sometimes you're giving access to your friends list, your birthday, even your religion, political beliefs, and things of that nature. Almost anything that you include in your Facebook profile can be captured by these apps if you give them permission. If you're click friendly and you're somebody who just accepts the terms of agreement with anything that you happen to click online, it's very likely that you missed all of this and you just jumped right into the quiz. When you did that, you gave access to that app to your profile, and possibly even access to your friends list. And as a result, two things have now happened. The website itself now knows that if you clicked on a quiz called "What type of parent are you?" that you're probably a parent. They also now have access to your email. They also have access to your name, your friends list, where your hometown is, any other information that you gave them permission to get access to. But this is when things get really interesting. It gets really interesting when you start to fill out the answers to the quiz. If you're answering questions like, do you believe in spanking? Do you think your child should be raised in church? How often do you read to your kids in a single week? Or do you use cloth diapers? While it might seem fun to be answering these types of questions, an advertiser can use those answers to really understand what you're all about. It becomes easier to understand how you navigate and how you think about the world around you. For example, if you answered that yes, you believe that your child should be raised in the church, an advertiser could take advantage of that information and run ads to you suggesting that a certain candidate is an atheist. Or if you suggest that you don't believe in spanking, it might run an ad that tells you that a certain candidate does believe in spanking. Now, I'm not saying that anybody did one thing and didn't do the other as it relates to this type of effort, but I am saying that this is what's possible. Now, as somebody who actually knows all this stuff and has known it for years, I would consider myself to be a little bit digitally savvy. But I checked out my own Facebook profile to see how many apps were connected to me, how many apps actually had access to all of my information, and there was quite a few. Only 2 or 3 of them really surprised me, as the fact that they had access to my friends list, they had access to a bunch of information about me that I don't think they actually needed. Now I've since removed those apps, and I've included a link below so you can actually remove apps to your profile to ensure that you don't fall into a trap where somebody has access to your information. Here's an interesting one that was found by Alexander Panetta. It's the Shakespearean insult generator, but for some reason this app also has access to not only your photos, your current city and your hometown and events that you're attending, but also your religious and political views. With access to this type of information, there's no question that advertisers have a lot of power in what they're able to show you and how they can show you content and stories that will resonate solely with you based off of your own beliefs. Based off of this information, it makes it very easy for an advertiser to show you exactly the type of content and message that's going to get you riled up. With all that said, I have messages for two groups of people, the marketers and to everybody else. For everybody else, first and foremost, please be safe out there. Be safe with the content that you're consuming and understand where it's coming from, and also understand where your data is being sent. I know it can seem complex sometimes, but you do often just have to think about where you're giving access to. What information do these people really need from you and why? And my final message is for marketers. Just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should. Or as like Uncle Ben once said, with great power comes great responsibility. I'm Ross Simmons. Please like and share this video and check me out at rosssimmons.com, where I'm always trying to give you content and insights that'll help you generate more leads and live more life.